right where we're sitting, right where we open our hands up to you as a symbolic gesture, saying, Lord, yeah, my heart is open. My heart is soft to you right now. Would you forgive me? Would you heal me? Would you warn me?
Hey, everyone.
Would you give me
Can you
breath?
hear us? I hope you can hear us.
And as we do that, do your
Feel
restoration
bad talking
work
over top of your
in our
prayer.
lives. And then may goodness flow from all of our hearts each and every day.
Amen.
We pray this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Hey, please know that you are loved and appreciated. And I'm so happy that you've joined us today. You're with us wherever you are, whether you're on the other side of the world, whether this is a week after we've recorded this, whatever the time. I pray that you're hearing the Word of God and that you're applying it to your life and that it's changing you. And I want you to know that the Kingsway Foursquare Church is willing to walk with you through life. Yeah. And you can find us at kingswayfoursquare.com and click on we've got a couple links there. One is I'm New. If you're new to us, you want to just introduce yourself, you can click on the I'm New link. Or if you need prayer or some sort of connection, click the prayer link. We'd be happy to respond to you. We want to know how we can connect with you. Now, wherever you are, sit back, maybe hit refresh on the YouTube link, and Beth and I will be here for a live chat in just a moment. God bless you this week.
Okay. We started this a little early, I think, just sitting here.
Okay.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's okay.
I guess people could hear the end of the service and.
Well, the people who are watching were skipping the end of the service.
Ah.
Right?
Okay.
So
there you
come
go.
on.
Good morning, Shaw. Good to
Hi,
see
Shaw.
you. Can you hear us? This is the question.
Yeah, can people hear us? We're trying to fix our crazy mic.
I think I
It's been
fixed
so
it.
weird, but
I think I fixed it.
good morning. No, I just had it primed. Not sure what that means.
You can hear us.
Okay,
Yay! Oh my goodness. So last week, we tried to set up the way we usually do, and it wasn't a mic. Well, the mic was sort of part of the problem, but the problem wasn't sound. The problem was that the mic, when I plugged it in, it would turn off the webcam.
Yeah.
So it was just very
very strange. All of a sudden,
it was very strange.
Yeah, our computer issues.
And then this week, another thing was, I do the info sheet, and my computer wouldn't let me into. I do it on Pages using iCloud, and it wouldn't let me in at all. So, oh my goodness, I was Googling and troubleshooting, whatever. Our kids let the dog in here. I don't know why they did that. She's barking.
She was barking. They didn't like her barking with it.
Yeah.
They thought she wanted to come.
Anyways, so what I had to do is I had to reset my computer. So
yeah. The
Yeah.
computer's reset.
I reset
Everything's
it.
working. It's okay, Luke.
So now it seems to be working. You can see us.
Yay.
You can hear us. I was
Okay.
able to do the info sheet. And so,
Can you say a tongue twister to make sure everything works?
Yeah, I think it
boy,
does.
I don't know. Yeah.
So welcome, everybody. I
Yeah.
see everyone's checking in, saying hi, and we're glad to see you. Thank you for everyone that participated in the service today.
Yeah.
Victor and Kate, thanks for doing the prayer and announcements. It was great. Great to see your faces.
Yeah.
I noticed that Lonnie didn't put any of chyrons or anything where you guys were pointing, trying to figure out where
Probably if people had the chat on the side. We watch on our TV,
Right.
so we didn't have any chat on the screen. So, but probably pointing to one of the sides.
to
there
the
was
chat.
a chat. Yeah.
But I think maybe they were thinking there was going to
Going to be a. You call it a chyron? What's a chyron?
I don't know if that's the right word.
Well, it sounds pretty impressive.
On TV shows, that's, when they say, go to this website, they call it a chyron, like when it goes, whatever goes at the bottom of the screen. But I don't know if that applies.
They had fun, they said. That's good.
It was great. It was really
we could tell you had fun, and that's okay. That's great.
Yeah, it's great. I wonder, Victor, how is you just got a job at the beginning of the summer at SFU as a prof at SFU.
Teaching.
And so I'm wondering how it's going at SFU with this new way of doing teaching.
Yeah.
So, I hope it's going well. And it's good to see people in the chat.
Yeah.
I see lots
Great
of different names. Good morning, everyone. A few people are saying good morning.
No, it wasn't the skinny dog. It was our dog.
Oh yeah, it was our dog barking.
And he wasn't barking at skinny dog. He was barking at the neighbor.
Barking at the neighbors. Yeah, just trying to protect us, I guess.
I guess so.
Yeah, Victor, it must be difficult to engage your students when you're doing things online. And
Yeah.
I know other teachers from our church are going through the same thing from kindergarten. We got teachers teaching kindergarten all the way up to like Victor teaching at university. So
that's right. It's
Oh,
great.
boy.
It's a challenge for all of our teachers. Yeah.
It
That's right.
is. So
In Greek mythology, Chiron, wisest and justest of all the centaurs.
I don't know.
Okay.
I
Somebody's fact checking us.
I'm not sure.
Everything we say. You know, that was a real fear.
What's your fear?
My fear was when people started bringing smartphones into church.
Oh.
And, you're preaching on something or you tell an illustration or whatever, and people looking it up and fact checking it and going, oh, I don't know about that. Oh,
Yeah.
It's so funny.
I know. Has that ever happened to you? Has anyone fact checked you?
I don't know. Maybe.
They just haven't told you?
They haven't told me. Every once in a while, I mean, that you hear a good story and you're like, oh, I'd like to somehow fit that into the, and you're not sure if the story is told third hand or fourth hand, and you're not sure of sometimes you're not sure of the details if they're accurate, and but the story's so good and it fits the sermon so well.
Yeah.
I'm sure I've done that in the past, just grabbed a story and then told it and then later found out, oh, that wasn't actually true or something.
Well, I like that you usually when you preach, you preface it by like, I'm not sure if this is true.
Right.
And I know that
I'll say that if I don't know it. Then
we both hate it when preachers pretend that a story is their own. And then they
I remember listening to a sermon live with a pastor telling a story and telling this story, and I'm going,
it happened to him
as if it was happening to him, and I'm like, I read this in an illustration book. I know exactly what he's going to say. They're going to. Oh, it was so funny.
That's the worst. I think they were taught. I think at one time they were taught.
Probably pastors were taught to
make it personal, so you can make something.
Make it personal. So basically, lie.
Well, I think the point was try and come up with your own stories from your own life. But if you got a boring life, then you got to use someone else's.
Got to fake it.
Like Jay Peterman in
Seinfeld.
In Seinfeld, and he used Kramer's stories. Anyways, we're getting off.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry.
Yes, there are illustration books. There's tons of websites. You can just Google like sermon illustrations.
Before there was internet, I have 4 illustration books on my shelf still, probably they were youth illustrations because I was a youth pastor, and they were really good. They were great, really good, very helpful.
Yeah, it helps.
I wouldn't make them my own story. I would say, here, there's a story out there that says, or there's a legend that goes, or whatever. But they're very helpful for illustrating a point. So
it's good. So let's see. If anyone's saying anything that we need to respond to. I don't think so. You guys are having great conversations. So that's what we're doing.
Oh, Rio might be in Victor's class.
I know he started SFU this year. So, that's great.
Yeah, Kate, right? Like you've heard 3 preachers use the same story. Isn't that frustrating? Like you finally go, oh, I know the end of this story, and it's not his story. It's something in a book.
But as long as you say like I heard this story, or I read
don't make
this
it your
somewhere.
own if it's not your own. Is the point.
That's right. Yeah.
I don't know how we get on this topic, but
it's all good.
Yeah.
That's great. So coming up, we've got the Ride for Refuge, and Kate and Victor were telling us about that, and we've been talking about it for the last few weeks. We've got a Kingsway team who are committed to doing different things to raise money. But really, like one of the pictures that you can find on the Ride for Refuge website is it's not about the ride, it's about the refuge. So we're just doing an activity to try and raise awareness, and it's about raising money for a great organization, the Journey Home Community, and that's what Kingsway Church team is riding for, or jogging. You're jogging, right?
I'll jog a bit. I'll probably crawl some of it, but that's
okay. And we're riding for them. And also, I just want to put a shout out Mary and Ryan Reed, and they're part of our church as well. And Ryan works for the Kinbrace organization. I'm not sure if it's a society or, but for Kinbrace, and they do similar work of settlement services and housing for refugee families. And so Mary and Ryan are riding for Kinbrace, and I think they're doing a 25K ride.
Whoa,
So
right on.
if you go to if you go to rideforrefuge.org, you can look up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and there's a link in the chat for the Kingsway group,
one,
so,
but you can just go to donate, the donate section of Ride for Refuge, and you can look up
find
Kinbrace and
whoever you
find
need.
them as well.
Yep.
So let's be generous, family.
Beth has raised some money already, and she's got an anonymous donor.
Oh, a match.
Who will match up to $400.
Yeah.
The first $400. So that's great.
So
awesome.
I was challenged to think bigger, so I changed my
your goal, right?
I changed my goal.
That's smart.
And so
I need to maybe change my goal too, because my goal, I thought, I could maybe raise $200.
Yeah, that's what I put too.
And then the person who Beth was talking to said, your goal needs to be huge so that people will donate towards it. If you meet your goal, then no one else will donate. There's no incentive to keep. She goes, you don't really want to try and meet your goal. You want it to be bigger so that people just keep giving, right? So that makes sense.
Yeah. So I'm going to ride my stationary bike. I don't have a street bike, so I'm going to ride my stationary bike, and you're going to jog. But Alvin Lau just made his plans known, and he's doing with their daughter, he's going to do like an 8K or something like that, just riding, walking, jogging with the stroller. But he said every $100 that he raises, he will also go around Stanley Park, ride around Stanley Park one time.
Every time for every $100. Yeah.
So
let's tire out Alvin.
Yeah. So
that's
so
great.
We're gonna have a good time. Yeah. And if you aren't doing an activity, if you're not kind of part of the team, you're still a part of the Kingsway team, and you can do that by donating. Yeah. And we'll work together to raise some funds.
Donate towards us.
A great organization. It's gonna be great.
Yeah. And Carrie Ann's raising money. The Leckmans are raising money. They're going to do activities together. It's going to be fun. Yeah. Our boys just told us this morning.
They want to raise
money by playing video games.
Yeah, they're going to
raise money for. So if you see their names on there and you want to give them $1,
a video game-a-thon,
or they'll do a video game.
So I'm going to have to sign them up.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. Stuff.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good time. So the Ride for Refuge, we want you guys to know about that, and we're going to be talking about that.
One more. It was about 10 days. No, sorry.
2 weeks from yesterday.
2 weeks from yesterday. 13 days to go.
Yeah. So, and Victor's burpees. He's gonna. Those are hard to do.
Yeah, we were seeing him do burpees during the video the other week. Yeah.
Yeah. Anders says, how high do we have to fundraise in order to be pun-free for the next few church weeks?
You'd have to talk to you and Chris Sanger about it. I want to see you guys do a pun-free challenge.
Or what about?
I would give towards that.
I think that's so hard to figure out. I would have to be. I think they should do a pun-a-thon.
Oh yes, that's probably better.
And every pun that they can get into, like
what a dismal existence. No puns. You don't have a pun for that? Pun for each church. Hashtag. No, you're right. It would be dismal without puns in our church. I never really thought of myself as a punny guy. I'm more of a. I don't know.
You know what? If you don't think you
I guess I probably
are.
That's bad. It's good.
Anyway, so it's great. It's a good sermon today, Darren. I like that about our hearts and guarding our hearts. It's very important. It's active work that we do, right?
Yeah, and it's not trying to be perfect or be sinless. It's just being careful and always bringing our hearts back to Jesus. He's the answer, right?
Being real, right? Yeah. Being honest, because we all have to acknowledge the things that kind of trap us or affect our hearts, right?
Yeah.
So what about you? What do you need to guard against usually? Many of us have like one kind of trap that's easier for us to fall into than others.
Yeah. I don't know, guarding my heart against often just the voices in my head, like that tell me I'm doing things wrong, or that I don't, it's usually a fight against myself more than outside forces. It feels like
your inner maybe lies or Yeah. For me, I think I often have to guard myself against resentment and that is often that's often a remedy or that's often results in resentment, because you're just holding things in and not expressing to people, like if you've been hurt or if you're tired even. So I have to, that's one thing I'm really realizing, especially lately, that I need to watch resentment and release bitterness and that kind of thing. Speak up, right?
Yeah, that's
so
true.
That's good.
Anders says, I think we need to guard against outrage on social media.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. It's true. It's true. Yeah. We have to get pretty brutal with ourselves, call ourselves out. We just watched that Netflix documentary about the social dilemma on social media that was recommended to us. I'd recommend that. Would you recommend it?
It's eye-opening. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Kind of seeing the behind the scenes of algorithms that lead us in our
can lead us to outrage.
Can lead us to outrage.
Yeah, they want us to get outraged.
And our thinking, it changes it affects our thinking.
It
can.
I'd recommend watching it. We watched it. We made I made our kids watch it with
bribed our kids to watch it.
Yeah, we said we'd have treats and if they'd watch it with us. So hopefully it's good. The more you know, right?
Yeah.
What's going on in the chat?
Mary watched it too. It's crazy. Carrie Ann says she has a hard time distinguishing guarding her heart versus blocking people out.
Right. Oh, that's true.
It's a warning to try to dig deeper into the relationship. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. It's good. It's good to think. Good to think about these things.
Jesus. Bring your hearts to Jesus. Every day I need to bring my heart to Jesus.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
He is the answer for sure.
Yeah, he is. So the documentary is called The Social Dilemma, and it's on Netflix. And I'd say, our Luke is a 12, and he was kind of a little bit bored by it, but I'd say teenagers could watch it.
Yeah, should.
Yeah, should. Yeah, it's good to open up conversations or plant seeds for conversations later. But it was great. And then the next night we watched Never Cry Wolf.
Just last night. Never Cry Wolf.
It was a
1983 movie.
Well, Kylan read the book Never Cry Wolf for school recently, and so we thought we'd watch the movie, and it was a Disney movie from the early 80s.
We found it at the library.
Yeah, it was not too bad.
Jace notes there in the chat, we got dairy milk chocolate, Swedish berries, and wine gum. So
that was the bribery.
That's how we bribed them. Yeah, that's right.
So and that was an okay movie.
Did
I ever tell you
okay
my story about going to the library to get it? I don't think I did.
Did you call 911 again accidentally?
No, I did. I did that again, you guys.
You've done it twice.
I don't know what's going on.
The cops are bugging our phones
but
now.
This time I stayed on the line and I talked, and because I learned not to hang up from the last time I accidentally called. And they put me I had to stay on. She says, no, don't hang up. I have to actually put you through to the police department so you can tell them that it was a mistake, and otherwise they'll open a file. So I don't know what I'm doing. Anyways, no, I went to the library, and I hadn't been to the library since, COVID, and I didn't know all their systems. And so I was trying to follow the dots and the lines, and I went and the door wouldn't open. And so I saw a lady in there, a worker, and so she kept going like this to me, and I thought she meant like I had to wave my hands in front of the door because the sensor wasn't working, and so I start waving my hands in front of the door, and then she's going like this, and I'm waving my hands in front of the door, and then I looked at my watch, and I looked at the time the library closed, and I was 5 minutes late.
Oh, that's so funny.
And so she was telling me,
what
like,
were you
we're
doing?
closed.
What were you doing again?
I was like this in front of the door, and and then I was really embarrassed.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that.
So I turned around and walked away in shame.
Oh, that's funny. Oh boy.
So that's my story.
Kara asks if it's school appropriate. I think that's the first one. The social dilemma.
The social dilemma.
There's a couple SH words in it, but it's mostly just a documentary. It's high school's fine. I think it would be fine.
Yeah, but I would, if as a teacher, you could preview it and then and then see if it's something that would go with under the guidelines of what you would show at your school. But yeah, definitely, it's nothing your like kids haven't heard.
Shaw's laughing with you, of course, not at you.
Oh my goodness, it was like
and
librarians are scary. Anyways, because like you don't want to do anything wrong in the library because
they've got library
they've got
police.
rules and so anyways that was my story from earlier this week.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I like that.
Something that's coming up in October is the AGM, so we want you guys to put that on your calendars.
October 18th, Sunday the 18th. You all have to be there.
We need a quorum.
Yeah, we need everyone to be there. It's
so it'll be on Zoom.
It'll be on Zoom.
And it will take the place of our live chat. And so right following the service on the 18th, we will just hop on over to Zoom. We'll send out the links before church, and we'll make it possible for us all to gather on Zoom, and we'll make it work. It'll be good. It'll be short. It'll be painless.
The council members will deliver a few couple reports and financial report, and we'll have, if any voting needs to happen, it'll happen in the chat. You'll sign in the Zoom chat. You'll let us know that you're there. We need over half of our membership to make a quorum. So our church membership is, about, I don't know, 120 people or so, or 130. So we need as many of you as possible. And usually it's the Sunday where we all stay for lunch and we have sandwiches together. So make yourself a sandwich and have it ready, and you can eat at the AGM. It'll be short and sweet, but it'll be good to hear. I'm sure most of you are wondering about our finances and all those sort of things. So this is when the update will happen. So October the 18th, be ready to join us for our annual general meeting. AGM.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's good. Is there anything else that you want to mention?
No, just we're praying for you. Many of you are going through stuff that we know about, and we care for you, and we're walking through some things with you, and we're glad that you're all participating. We love it when you're talking on the chat and when you're encouraging one another, and I think that's really important. Be sure to keep welcoming new people when you see a new name or someone you don't know. Introduce yourself, and it'll be good. Last week we had a couple baptisms. We saw just a picture. Some of that we wanted to do some video, but that's okay. We didn't do that this time, and we'll keep doing baptisms. If you want to be baptized, let us know. If you need anything, connect with the church. There's some links in the chat. There's also just kingswayfoursquare.com. And if you haven't been to our website in a while, check it out. Lonnie does a really great job making it look good and easy to navigate. And if you're part of our church, I know once you're part of something, you don't really check out the website anymore because you don't have to. You know where things are, but check it out. Go to kingswayfoursquare.com and take a look at our church. And we're just so glad you're part of everything.
Yeah, it's great. So what's happening for the rest of the day? We've got 2 by. They're just talking about the food they're going to have at their
at our AGM.
At the AGM, the little sandwiches cut into quarters, veggies and dip, 2-bite brownies.
The dip is crucial. The dessert plate, yes, with squares and brownies. That's what we usually get.
Yeah, that's good. You can get it all from Costco.
Great job, Worship and Tech. Yes. Definitely.
Yeah.
It was nice seeing the Jorgensens today too.
Yeah, it was great.
Some of these interviews I did in early August or late July, so I'll be interested. We've got a few more in the bag waiting to show. I'll be interested how they age as we get into the fall. But
that'll be great. It's great to see people. Great to see and hear people from other other church
other
families.
Churches.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, you guys. Do you have anything else you want to say before we sign off?
No.
So we'll just say that we love you guys and that we are so privileged to do life with the Kingsway family. Keep in touch. Let us know if you need anything, and reach out. Just even if you want to Zoom and do a prayer or connect in any way. So, they're getting some.
Oh, would love to see Jen and the Alicios. Well, we could still do that. I didn't do them. We've got I don't know if I should tell you all the people
you want
we've got.
to?
I've got a few more that we Pastor Lisa. We interviewed Pastor Lisa. We interviewed Pastor Mandela.
Right.
Pastor Mark, a friend of mine from Willingdon.
Yeah.
So it'd be good to see some outside of Foursquare churches too.
Katie and Sam.
Katie and Sam and Jen. That'd be great too.
Yeah. Okay, you guys. Love you guys. Have a good afternoon.
Yes.
Bye. Bless you.